Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today, and I forgot this month to review the newest Twilight Zone comic issue. This is issue number 5. I reviewed the first 4 a couple of weeks back. And another bad one, man. Another really stinky one. No politics, but almost on the border of it, but not really at the same time. What a waste. What a waste. This one in particular is called The Silent Warning by, hold on, I'm trying to hold up my Kindle so my old man eyeballs can read it, by L. Marlo Francavilla and Francesco Francavilla. I'm assuming that's a husband and wife, or husband and husband, brother and brother. I don't know. So basically, this is one about a meteor, and by the way, the art's beautiful in this book. I don't know which or if both did the art, but this is really, really nicely drawn. To me, it's not like Berserk level art, but what is, you know? This is good for a Twilight Zone art style. So a meteor crashes from space into the oceans, and the military go to investigate it, and they happen to recruit a young woman who's our main character, named Dr. Sorensen, who mostly works with like sonic waves and sound waves and stuff for a living. And she's kind of like, well, why are they bringing me along? And every time she talks to people, as a very shy and kind of quiet person, everyone talks over her, people constantly interrupt her, and that's where the whole, in sort of a clever way, that's kind of how the sound waves job that she always does plays into this. It's really about her as a character. And dude, it's so fucking wasted. She's told that this meteorite, or whatever, that came from the sky, she's told that for some reason it's making a noise. And they're not supposed to, but this one is. So her and a bunch of other guys, scientists, whatever, get out into a kind of a water submarine thing and go to the ocean. And they go and find this thing. And they begin to perform some experiments on it. And weird things are happening surrounding this. There's no radiation or anything like that. But in her headphones, she's hearing a humming noise of some sort that no one else can hear for some reason. That's never really gotten the time in here to expand upon that. You have theories by the end of the book, but still. But like the fish act weird, and like weird fish down there at the bottom of the ocean start attacking them at different points. Dude, this is so bad. Like, I don't blame these people who put this together, but like, I do. It's still their responsibility. I know, and I've said this over and over again in my previous reviews, it's probably impossible to write a real-to-life, almost Twilight Zone style episode, except for, what was it, issue 3, I think, is the one about the end of the world people, and had a really good ending. I reviewed that, like I said. That one was really very Rod Serling. Almost none of these other stories have that in these issues so far. And this is another one that you would just throw to the bottom of the pile, like the previous book, the previous issue, I mean, because it just doesn't really have. I know it's impossible to make Twilight Zone in 20 pages, like all these issues are in length. But like, why even do the series at that point? Why will this company, this publisher, not allow them to be able to just put together something, you know, like a couple of issues long? I don't understand that. Why does it have to all be standalone issues? You can't build a real mystery that's good like that. This whole thing feels like a cash grab based off name and brand. But like, it's not really brand at that point, if it's not quality of some sort. And again, I don't completely blame the artists and writers that have worked on all these different issues. They've all been different people every time. It's not entirely their fault. They don't have enough space to work with. And I wish they did, because they deserve it. Either that or longer issues in general. It needs to be one of the two. I've said this a million times on all the reviews. But it just bums me out, because there are stories like this that are not good, that don't deserve just a single issue thing, but maybe, possibly, with some more expansion, a couple of more issues, maybe they could have done something cool with it, because the art was solid. You know, I know these people have talent, at least as artists. But it sucks. It's a bad story. It almost makes you want to quit the Twilight Zone series, and honestly, if I wasn't a big fan, I would. Each of these issues have been $5 when they come out brand new, and I mean digitally. And I didn't know that until I bought the last couple. They were $5 for a digital copy of these boring-ass, sucky-ass stories most of the time. Not always through these newer issues, but they mostly have been. Most of them have been disappointing. About good 90% of them have been bad. And that's not, these do not deserve to be $5 digital. I don't care if they're new releases and whatever. So I may just stop reading them brand new. Maybe it'll harm the viewership. I don't know. But these have not been worth the money, to be honest with you. And they don't feel like they're worth the time spent on them either, even though they're quick reads typically. So anyway, I just, it's a letdown. I'm bummed about it. And I was excited when I saw the cover of this issue because it was like sea monsters and, scuba outfits from back in the day. I was excited for that. And is it wasted? Fucking absolutely. I would have loved to have seen once upon a time what Rod Serling could have done with Twilight Zone comics. If the show never came back in the 80s, which I think he was dead and gone before that happened, I would have loved to have seen him do like short story collections for a living or something like that to continue on the feel and the legacy of Twilight Zone. That would have been really cool. And if that exists, let me know. I'd love to read it. But these, no. They're a waste of your time and money. Anyway, what do you think about Twilight Zone issue number 5? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.